Most mysteries begin with a strange discovery. This one began with a photograph. In the spring of 2021, a college student named Ethan visited a small flea market outside town. He wasn't looking for anything special, just old books, old records, anything interesting. Near the back of the market, he found a dusty family photo album. The cover was worn, the pages were yellow. The owner sold it for $5. Ethan took it home. That night, he began flipping through the photographs. Birthday parties, family gatherings, vacations, nothing unusual. Until he reached the final pages, one photograph stopped him cold. A family of 6 stood outside a farmhouse. Everyone smiled at the camera, everyone except one man. A man standing in the background, partially hidden behind a tree. He wasn't smiling. He wasn't posing. He was simply watching. At first, Ethan assumed he was a relative. But when he looked closer, something felt wrong. The family appeared unaware of him. The man's expression was completely different, almost disconnected, like he didn't belong there. Curious, Ethan uploaded the photograph online. He expected a few comments, nothing more. Instead, thousands of people responded. One user claimed they had seen the same man before, in another photograph. Taken decades later, the images were compared. The resemblance was perfect. Same face, same hairstyle, same expression. The internet became obsessed. Researchers started digging. Then things became stranger. The same man appeared in a wedding photo from France, a school photograph from Canada, a street image from Germany. Every photograph came from a different decade. Yet the man never seemed to age. The discovery triggered a global investigation. People searched old family albums, museum archives, historical collections. The photographs kept appearing. Dozens, then hundreds. Always the same face. Always watching. Always standing just outside the main scene. No records identified him. No relatives recognized him. No explanation made sense. Then investigators uncovered something disturbing. One photograph had been taken hours before a famous disappearance. A child vanished that same evening. The mysterious man was visible in the background, watching, standing near the edge of the frame. The discovery changed everything. Now people wondered whether he was simply appearing in photographs, or whether he was connected to the events surrounding them. The mystery exploded online. Every new image created more questions. Then came the final photograph, the image that changed the entire investigation. Researchers enhanced an old negative. The photograph showed the familiar man once again, standing behind a family, watching, motionless. But this time, something else appeared. Someone standing behind the photographer, hidden in the shadows, and the mysterious man wasn't looking at the camera. He was staring directly at that unseen figure. Nobody has ever identified either person, and the mystery remains unsolved. Hotels hide secrets. Most stay buried forever, but not this one. The old hotel stood near the edge of the city. Its glory days had long passed. Guests still arrived, but the building felt frozen in time. One rainy evening, a businessman checked in for a single night. Everything seemed normal, until midnight. That's when he heard furniture moving. Heavy scraping sounds, directly above him. The noises continued for nearly an hour. Tables dragging, chairs sliding, slow footsteps. The businessman finally called reception. Staff apologized. They promised to investigate. Minutes later, they called him back. Their response made no sense. The room above him was room 314. And room 314 had been sealed for 20 years. Nobody had entered since. The businessman thought it was a joke. The next morning, he demanded answers. Management refused to discuss it. That only increased curiosity. Former employees eventually shared old stories. Years earlier, several guests reported identical noises. Every report involved room 314. Some guests even claimed they heard voices. Others reported seeing lights beneath the door, despite the room being abandoned. The hotel records revealed something worse. Several guests who became obsessed with room 314 later disappeared. No connection was ever proven. But the pattern unsettled investigators. Eventually, the building was searched. Engineers examined old blueprints. That's when they discovered a hidden passage, a narrow corridor concealed inside the walls. The passage connected directly to room 314. For the first time in decades, investigators entered. Dust covered every surface. The furniture remained untouched. The room appeared frozen in time. Then someone noticed something impossible. Fresh footprints. Recent footprints. Not one set. Several. The dust had clearly been disturbed. Someone had been there recently. But there was no sign of entry. No fingerprints. No belongings. No explanation. The hidden passage led nowhere. The footprints simply ended, as if the person had vanished. To this day, nobody knows who was using room 314, or why the sounds continued long after the room was sealed. Some mysteries end with silence. This one began with it. A young woman named Rachel disappeared during a road trip. Her car was found abandoned. Her belongings remained inside, but Rachel was gone. Police searched for months. Nothing. No witnesses, no suspects, no answers. Eventually the case went cold. Years passed. The family tried to move forward. Then something impossible happened. 5 years after Rachel vanished, her mother received a voicemail. The call came from Rachel's old phone number. The number that had been inactive for years. The message lasted only 12 seconds. Static filled the recording. A distant voice whispered a single sentence. "Mom, please listen." Then the message ended. The family was stunned. Police launched a new investigation. Audio experts examined the voicemail. At first, the recording seemed useless, but hidden beneath the static were sounds: wind, metal, water dripping. The noises pointed investigators toward a remote industrial site. A search team visited the location. What they discovered raised even more questions. The facility had been abandoned years before the voicemail was sent. No electricity, no active phone service, no residents, nothing. The call should have been impossible. Yet phone records confirmed it happened. Investigators searched every building, every tunnel, every structure. No trace of Rachel. The mystery deepened. Months later, a second voicemail arrived. This one lasted only 4 seconds. The voice sounded exhausted, terrified, barely audible. Then Rachel whispered something chilling. "I finally know what happened." The recording cut off immediately. No explanation followed. No third message ever arrived. The source of the calls was never identified. Rachel was never found, and nobody knows what she discovered before the line went silent forever.